for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the white flag, they forfeit it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like I don't wanna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you broke them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Lachlan Edwards has it on the tee and ready to go. And we are underway on a Monday night.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
They'll set up to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. 51 to Michael. Watch him now, Barney.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Over.
Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Let's go, D.
They'll look to throw here. Rolling to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. In for the score. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen looks to throw on second down. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Jets have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
No. Check. Patriot. Hey, we got 3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Check 99.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll go on the ground. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they try the right side here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head, and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. New York set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Green 39!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Funches with a catch over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
The give is to Jones. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. To throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Allen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Gone!
Allen to throw once more. Going for the deep ball. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. 1:57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now the Bills will take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Detroit! Detroit! 49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Jones on the return. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
Detroit!
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Allen off the bootleg. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll look to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. A give to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Trent Murphy in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That's caught right side by Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Going deep here for Matthew. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know, when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Following the penalty, here's another 2nd and goal from the 5 now. Now they'll run on the draw. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3-19! 3-19! Over!
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch him now, Barney. Hurry up.
Now Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Defensively, that was the same case on that play. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. This one left side caught by Patterson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On play action, Allen. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bills on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. Spins past him. And hell running right through it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Trent Murphy bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back now here on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll set up a throw. It's caught by Funchess. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Allen now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
You got him! You got him! You got him!
The Bills on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Right over there. Yeah. Right, 58, right there. Gun!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken at the 46. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Funchess has it complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Looking to throw. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They come out here in the eye.
Motion. Watch it now, Barney. Switch. Check nickel. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
That's it, baby.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Ronald Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets are going to take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills getting set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit, Detroit. Black 99, Philly. Here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throw left side, complete to Foster. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's back to throw. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10.
I got 87, that's speed, boy.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy sideline and use him well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Now it's Patterson. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Jets on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. A good pickup there at 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This from 55 yards out. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while.